So this is the 2021 Electra Glide Standard in black, which is the only color option that Harley offers this bike in. All right, so in typical fashion, starting the walk around with this tank graphic. I mean, not much to say here. Super simple, but super clean. The red on the black, to me, looks great. It's the only splash of color on the bike, so to me, it makes it pop. I'm a big fan of that. One thing you probably have noticed already is there's no infotainment, no radio, no nothing. It's literally just a blank spot there. You could add something, aftermarket if you wanted to. I don't know all the ins and outs of how hard that would be, but it is an option to do that. You see, just like the Street Glide and Road Glide Standard, the console stayed the same, so they didn't move the gas cap over and put the nice CVO style console, which is fine. I mean, this one's just your regular console. I like that fine. Wheels are a little bit smaller on this bike. Front end looks just like a regular Street Glide. You do get the dual disc front brakes, which I like. This seat is not something that Timms has done. It comes factory with that solo seat. You could add the passenger pillion, not a huge deal. Or a lot of guys that buy a Street Glide or Road Glide end up changing the seat, so there's a ton of factory seats off of those bikes that you could buy. It fits right on this bike. Looks good and doesn't really cost you a ton of money. Obviously, I'm a fan of the aftermarket seats, but if you don't want to spend a lot, that's a good option for this bike. One thing I noticed that I thought you guys may have questions about was these reflectors on the back of the saddlebags. Not really sure why they did that, but they're just on there with two-sided tape. There's no screw holes or anything, so if you want to get rid of those, not too hard to do. Just get a heat gun, hair dryer, whatever, warm it up. It should peel off pretty cleanly, and then just clean the residue off of there. But I just noticed it and thought other people may wonder if it's screwed on. In case you want to take it off, I mean, obviously visibility is great, having reflectors and all that stuff is good, but they typically don't look as good, so guys take them off. So if you want to take them off, just so you know, you're not left with any screw holes. Now clearly, since the Road Glide and Street Glide standards didn't get stretch bags, they're not going to do it on this Electra Glide Standard. And the reason behind this bike, if you're not familiar with this, the whole point of this bike is for the guy that doesn't need the radio, doesn't need all that extra stuff, probably isn't going to have a passenger, so doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money. The other alternative is someone that wants to build a bike and you're going to take a lot of that stuff off, change it, replace it, do your own thing anyway. This is a blank canvas to start with that's going to cost you, say, roughly $3 grand less than like a Street Glide Standard. So that's money you could put towards your build. So I've done a full review on this bike and I'll put the link for that video in the description of this one. But I just wanted to show you guys this bike again, because when I talk about building the Electra Glide Standard as, say, maybe a performance bagger or just building it to fit your own needs, this is kind of what I have in mind, because a lot of guys will do that with the Road Glide, which is what we've done here with this one. As you can see, far from stock. Added speakers to the bags, a lot of carbon fiber on this bike, side cover, carbon fiber front fender, changed the brakes, two brothers, 2-in-1 exhaust, Kraus risers, Fly Moto bars, San Diego custom saddleman seat, a ton of other stuff that I mentioned in the video. But when you're looking at the Electra Glide Standard, as far as building a performance bagger, you're starting with a blank canvas. So as you see, so many things on this bike have been changed. All that money can go towards building your new bike. Overall, I am a big fan of this bike. You can't get it in the 114, but there's plenty of upgrade options for that 107 if you want to do a bigger motor. Now granted, it's February now, early February. You're not going to be able to get a tuner from Harley. I think the date's somewhere around mid-March. So you're not building any engine stuff yet, but there is stuff available for it as soon as they come out with those tuners. And now for my very biased opinion of the best part of the video. Let's get this thing out and go for a ride. I haven't ridden a standard like this in a while. I'm a fan of the Electra Glide Standard and I'm a fan of the police bikes. I don't know, they're the same bike realistically, but something about them is just different. Feels good. Oh, also, while I'm thinking about it, some of you may have seen in the Road Glide CVO video, got a new partnership going on with First Manufacturing. They're the company that makes the vest I'm wearing. They actually make this hoodie too that goes inside the vest. I've never been a vest guy per se. I bought this one. I did buy one before we started working together, and that's how this whole thing came to be. I was sold. I was like, I will never ride without a vest again. So if you're into that or think you might be, check out First Manufacturing. I'll put a link in the description. You can click on it. If you use that link, you should just be able to check out and get 25% off. But if for some reason it doesn't work, just use Snipes, SNIPES, my last name, 25, and that'll get you your discount. Anyway, back to business. So pumped that the sun is out, feeling good. I mean, it's still cold, but this bike is smooth. I mean, dude, all these Milwaukee 8s are smooth, and I kind of, part of me, I guess it's just the nostalgia, misses the old, twin cam, the shake. I don't miss the heat. I mean, on a cold day like today, yeah, I would miss the heat, but I mean, these things are smooth. Like at idle at a red light, they don't move, they don't shake, they sit there, and I guess it's just the nostalgia I miss, because ultimately that's a lot more comfortable, especially as far as fatigue when you're riding. You don't realize how much that vibration really takes a toll on you until you ride something like this and you get 2 hours down the road and you're like, wow, I still feel great. Also, apparently they do plan on you doing your own type of radio. So I'm noticing we have the speaker grills. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't know if that's just the grill, if there's speakers back there. I think it might just be the grill. Why would you put speakers in a bike with no radio? Maybe it's just, I don't know. I'll check when I get back, but that won't do us any good on this video. But that way I can respond in the comments. I'm sure someone will correct me. Luckily, no one's been like rude about it. Anytime I misspeak or mess something up, you guys have been cool, so I appreciate that. Roll on this thing a little bit. And that's what's funny is I think we've all gotten kind of conditioned to bigger, better, and I've pushed that narrative in all the videos as well, but the fact is the 107 is not underpowered by any means, like whatsoever. And if you do a few tweaks to it, do a stage 1, even a stage 2, I'd recommend. It's plenty. Anything over that is just for bragging rights, which again, I'm a fan of. So, and this bike handles as it should. I mean, it's a stripped down touring bike. Frame's big and comfortable, good plush suspension. We're about to hit the bridge, so we'll give it the bridge test and see. Yeah, nothing. Yep, nothing. I've noticed on camera when I watch these videos back that a lot of time on camera those bumps look harder than they are, but felt nothing on this bike. And as someone who really enjoys a radio on a bike, I also really enjoy no radio. Like, there's something to be said for not like always constantly, maybe I'm the only one that does this, but like constantly searching for the right song. It kind of gets annoying and takes you out of the moment, but maybe that's just me. We'll see if we can't get on it just a little bit. Kind of trying to get a pattern with these videos so you guys know what to expect. Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the 107 is no slug. I do notice, I'll be completely honest, I do notice a difference in the 114 and the 107, but it's nothing major, I mean, as you guys see from the channel, even if this is your first video, I've ridden every bike. I've ridden every bike since probably 2015. Every time the new bikes come out, I go and ride them just
before I was doing reviews, just to see what they're about. So even as someone who's ridden tons of bikes, I've ridden, you know, big motor, 150 horsepower bikes, I would be happy with the 107. It's plenty of motor. And like I said, if you're gonna build a bike, like you want a fairing style bike, performance bag or whatever, start with this, because you're gonna change so much about it anyway. It's like a $3,000 difference. That money goes a long way. I mean, that pays for your engine upgrade depending on what you do. You know, you do a stage 3 kit for $3,000, I think. So just something to keep in mind. Also, I should probably do it earlier because I feel like most of you guys aren't making it to the end of the video. If you watch my stuff or you're watching this video and you like it, please consider subscribing. I'm super happy about the growth that this channel has gotten. I started it January 5th and we're at, I think, 1,200 or so already. So super pumped, super grateful for that. But I noticed like 94% of the viewers aren't subscribed. So if you watch my stuff, you just haven't thought about it, you're still on the fence, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Like I told you, we got cool stuff coming, I promise. It won't just be reviews. Obviously, I enjoy the reviews, but eventually we're going to run out. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head how many models we have left that we haven't reviewed. And I'm not going to review same bike in a different color. That would be pointless. But I plan on doing a Versus series next, where we'll say, you know, should you buy the Heritage or the Road King? So I'll do a bunch of videos like that. I also have a few unique videos that I haven't seen anyone else do, still based around Harley, just more dealership based knowledge, if you will. I don't want to say yet because who knows who's watching. Competition might be watching. They don't need to beat me to the punch. Also, I like that Harley only offer this bike in black. Something about that is cool to me. I mean, it's nice to have options, and obviously Harley does great on colors. And that's one thing, like, Harley fan or not, you have to admit is Harley's paint, the level that they take their paint to, there is no comparison. You know, I'm not gonna knock any other brands, you know, or call them out by name, but nobody does paint like Harley Davidson, and that's one thing we can all agree on for sure. And then, like someone else pointed out in one of my other videos, you know, well, what if Harley's not the right bike for someone? I'm not saying it is. You know, this is a Harley channel, you know, so this is, if you're interested in Harleys, I'm going to give you all the information I have about that particular model or comparing the bikes or whatever. This isn't a Harley versus another manufacturer channel. But that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. You guys are pretty awesome about that. I appreciate the comments. All the feedback is positive, like 99% of it. So thank you for that, and I'll catch you on the next one.